Hi, I'm Steve Germann from Silicon Technology Limited, makers of the SkyStopper equatorial platform. Today I'm going to show you how to unpack and use the platform and how to put it away. The steps I'll show are unpacking the platform, aligning it with north, leveling it, assembling a telescope on it, testing the telescope's balance, and since this is the first time we're using the telescope on the platform, testing for tip resistance, and then attaching and removing the linkage. At the end, I'll also show how to repack the SkyStopper for transport. In this step, we'll place the platform on the ground with the narrow end south and the wide end north so that it is approximately aligned with the North Pole. In this step, I'm going to show how to unpack the SkyStopper. I'll remove the bungee cords, set the platform aside, take off the rubber spacers, and then replace the platform. When I do so, I'll put my hand on the end to guide it into place on the bearings. In this step, I'm going to show how I align the platform with north. I'm going to kneel at the south end of the platform, and since this is the daytime, I'm going to use the top of a nearby tree as a proxy for the North Star. I'll sight the North Star, and then sight along the platform and adjust the south end of the platform until it is pointing in line with north. Now I'm going to level the SkyStopper. SkyStopper has extra long leveling legs to adjust for uneven terrain and for latitude travel. The bubble level on SkyStopper is precise enough that centering the bubble is perfectly adequate for visual observing. First I'll get an approximate level, then I'll tighten the wing nuts a little bit and do a final level. Then I'll tighten the wing nuts a lot. It's important during the process to make sure that the feet are properly placed on the ground and level, so I push down on the handles now and then. Now I'll insert the L blocks to hold the platform stable while I assemble the telescope. Now I'm going to assemble my telescope on the SkyStopper. It raises my telescope about 7 inches, so I've had to get used to building my telescope higher up. For a telescope without a round base, I have to put the proper foot in the apex position at the south end. In this step, I'm placing the base of the telescope onto the platform. I first verified that the apex foot, which I'm going to be using, is here. Now I'm going to ensure, while the telescope has not been constructed yet and is still light, that I have the apex foot in the guide actuator. Then I'll walk around and put the other foot into the right spot. There's a guide there. And automatically, the third foot of the telescope will be positioned on the pad to allow it to move freely. With the base aligned on the platform, now I'll put the primary mirror support on. Now I'm going to remove the L blocks and demonstrate that the telescope is balanced on the platform. Because this is the first time we're using the telescope on the SkyStopper, I'm going to do a safety check for tip resistance. To do this safety check, I'm going to stand on the west side of the platform where the slider holds the foot and pull the telescope gently towards me with the platform angled towards me, and make sure that the platform and the telescope are stable against lifting it slightly off of its third foot. In the tip resistance test, which only has to be done the first time when you get your SkyStopper, we're going to tilt the telescope to one end of the travel and make sure if you have a triple axis platform that you choose the side with the slide guide on it. And
that being the west side. And then we're going to tilt the telescope off of one of its feet and make sure that even though we've tilted it quite far, that it wants to go back to the platform. SkyStopper is custom made and balanced so that your scope will be stable at any angle and at any time in the tracking position, as well as for any distance of latitude travel.
To move the SkyStopper, the carriage on the threaded rod is attached to the pedestal on the base by a magnetic linkage. The linkage has to be right way up, pointing from the carriage towards the motor. With the linkage oriented the right way up, the far end will grab the carriage, then pivot it into place, adjust the position of the entire platform so that it lines up with the pedestal, and then drop it onto the pedestal. For completeness, I'll show you how to remove the linkage too. I'll grasp the linkage, rotate it slightly, and it'll detach from the magnets. To remove the linkage, grasp it, rotate it like upwards, and then disconnect it from the carriage and the pedestal. With the telescope on the platform and the linkage attached, all safety tests performed, SkyStopper is ready for action. Now I'll show you how to repack it for transport. In this video, we've seen how to unpack SkyStopper, align it with north, level it, assemble a telescope on it, and perform the initial safety tests and attach the linkage. We've also seen how to repack it for transport. For more information about SkyStopper, go to www.skystopper.ca.